Hi guys, it's Quirky. Um, I'm here with Lena today, and we're just going to give you a little tour of some of our various houses. Today we're going to focus on just the free in rooms, minus the new Sugar Bowl Suite room, because that I want to do separately with the new Elsewhere housing at a later date. So today it's going to be Mara's Kiss, the Rosy Line, the Ebony Flask, St. Dylan's Penthouse, and we will also touch, I think, on the Golden Griffin. Um, but yeah, I just thought I'd kind of show you all because I love my houses and I love decorating. And I know that we have some other people in Guild that also like it. So here we go. So the smallest free in room in the entire game would be Mara's Kiss Public House. It's also a really weird shape, so getting furniture in here, tricky. Tricky to say the least. We've had a housing decoration contest recently, and we had some really great uh, entries for it, and two of them used the Mara's Kiss Public House, and they did a really fantastic job turning it into Skooma Dens. Kind of wish that I had done that with mine too, but I didn't, and I'm too lazy to fix it and change it around anymore. So this is what I do have. I managed to get a bed in here, kitty corner. And this was literally like the only way that it would fit unless I put it straight across that wall, but that looked crappy. Alright, we've got a dresser and a lovely jester's coffer, but we'll pretend that it's a jewelry box. um, and then we've got our desk. We even managed to fit a desk in here with some dwarven parts for that curious high elf tinkerer. Admittedly, I kind of sort of put this together with Naramo in mind. For those of you not familiar with Naramo, he's a high elf that's obsessed with dwarven everything, and you're going to run into him in a few quests if you quest at all. But the dwarven parts, when I put those in, I was like, yeah, I could definitely see him having a room this small and just being here essentially to sleep and tinker with smaller pieces. Of course, it's got lots of artwork because the high elves are obsessed with all things beautiful, namely themselves. um, I mixed in some Alinor with the otherwise traditionally high elf stuff here, mainly because I love these sconces a lot. And I'm sorry, I'm getting my camera all over the place. I don't mean to make you guys seasick. Yeah. So that's the Mara's Kiss public house. It's very small, as you can see, and these little side walls make it kind of a pain in the ass to do much with. But you can actually do something halfway, nice with it eventually. Alright, so, like I said, these are just going to be quick introductions to my house, not anything huge and exhausting. So the next house we're going to go to is the Rosy Lion, which is in Glenumbra. And this one is a little bit easier because it's a little larger, definitely squarish rectangular. I think this picture is supposed to be that room. I wish the room looked that cool. It's got this weird ledge in the floor that makes it not difficult to decorate, but it's just against one wall. If you put anything there, it'll like sink into that ledge, kind of look like you cut off the back end of legs and stuff. So, well, you'll see. Do 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 do, endless loading screens. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I think this is what ESO is best at, is loading screens. Alright, so see, as you can see, a little bit bigger, not oddly shaped. This is the ledge I was talking about here, though. This little stone thing. So I tilted my little table up so that it wouldn't sink in and look funny. Uh, put a giant painting of Craglorn up on the wall. We'll just pretend it's a flat screen TV or something. I don't know. Got a writing desk over there. Yes, I kind of did this backwards. This is probably where they would have been eating normally, and this is probably more of a writing desk, but I felt it worked better that way. And stool. Went with mostly a Breton imperial style with the exception of this lovely high elf stool. In here. Still pretty small, pretty basic. I wanted each of the rooms to more or less be predominantly that faction or that in rooms locational race. So since we're in Glenumbra, it's mostly Breton. Yep. Got this lovely rug. This rug was a pain because if you move it even like half a millimeter this way, it was red and wouldn't fit. So these small in rooms are really, they're nice. I like having a convenient port to some of the main cities, especially when I have new characters and it's like Jester's festival time and stuff. But at the same time, they're cramped early on in the game and you can't get anything very close to the door usually. I do feel like they improved a little bit with the newer versions, but not that much. And of course, they're never quite as cozy, I guess, as the pictures of them would lead you to believe they would be. I mean, you do get sunlight through these windows on occasion, but it very rarely gets any brighter than you see it now in here. So you need lots of light, even though it's such a small room. Also, I have ESO Plus, so I can put 30 items into this room, but usually you can only get about 15 in. I think most of my free rooms I have maxed out the number of items I can put in them. But I think this one and maybe the Mars Kiss I did not. Mars Kiss I know I didn't because, well, there's so little space that it would just be crowded if I tried to put more stuff in there. But, yep, so that's that one. And now we shall go to the Ebonheart free in-room, the Ebony Flask in Ebonheart itself. And for those of you that don't know, the Ebony Flask is known for its night flowers. Yeah, and if you think that that sounds a little shady, you would be right. But honestly, the Dark Elves, pretty fun bunch. Okay, yeah, I'm being sarcastic here. Other than the night flowers, they're kind of jerks, but that's okay. What else is new? They're elves. Let's see. Okay, so this is the Ebony Flask. It's got a little domed roof, which made putting stuff on the walls basically impossible. I mean, you can do it, but I don't know. It didn't look right. So we've got some Redoran and Halalu style stuff, some regular Dark Elf. Did a small little writing desk over here. And place to eat. We've got a little urn of their ancestors' ashes because they're all big on ancestral everything. It took a while to get this dresser to kind of fit in this corner without clipping into the wall, but I managed, and it's a very snug fit. It's very dark in this room at all hours. Even when the sun comes in at its brightest through this window, this room is practically twilight all the time. So I've got 3 candles going here, and I still feel like I could use another light source. But it is what it is. So that's that free in-room. Honestly, this is surprisingly one of my favorite free in-rooms that I've done. I think it's because I really like this bed a lot. Halalu style furniture and stuff is very, very pretty. As is the red urn stuff. The red urn stuff's rather nice as well. But yeah. Moving on. There's not much to really see or say or do when it comes to free in-rooms because they're so damn small. So we are going to go to the St. Dylan penthouse next because that was the next one that I received. And we're going to go show you that one. This one's pretty nice because, I mean, it's a little annoying with the way that it pinches in the middle. So it's sort of hourglass shape, but at the same time, you have more room in this one. I feel considerably more room in this one, so it's really, and the way that they've decorated it in this picture is gorgeous, but let me tell you, you cannot fit that much stuff into this room. It's just, you can't. Even though you have more space, you don't have more of the item slots. So this is a full 30 item slots, and this is what I've managed to fit in here. Yeah. So, you walk in, we got our banker here, and just so you know, he doesn't count towards those 30 items because he's separate. He's a collectible, not a traditional furnishing. So I actually put him in here because the place, and I put my merchant in here as well because the place looked so empty that I just couldn't do it. We got a writing desk here. We used to have a bookshelf in this corner, but I didn't have room to fill the bookshelf. And unfortunately, I could not find a recipe for a full Dark Elf bookshelf or like Halalu bookshelf or something like that. And they might be out there, but I didn't have one. Couldn't find one on the market. So I gave up and I just threw the banker in. We have a lovely little dining area for 2. And we have Nuzume over here, merchant. Again, some ashes and an urn. I put in trunks because those also don't take up the traditional furnishing space and kind of help fill out the area. And then we have our little bathing section partitioned off by a lovely screen. Figure we got some folded clothes and some towels. No. That turns on and off. I love this tub. It's one of my favorite things. It was like the first recipe I ever bought with root vouchers was that tub. And I did throw in an Eleanor brazier with hanging coals, and we're just going to pretend that high elf thing isn't in here. But it was convenient. I had a whole bunch of them, so there it is. But yeah, I even love like the patterning on the walls and everything. I mean, they did a really great job with this in-room. It's very pretty. And that ceiling that looks like it's, you know, possibly glass or whatever. I mean, it's just absolutely lovely. And I even love the door with that detail there. It's a lot of fun. still kind of dark in here, but that is more to do with, I think, the amount of light that lights cast, because I've got 5 lights, 4 candles in this brazier, and it's still like, very dim. Would definitely put me to sleep, though, so I mean, I guess that's kind of what they'd want in a bedroom. And last but not least of the free-in rooms, we have the Golden Griffin Garret in Alinor. I really love Alinor and Somerset. Somerset came with it's just a beautiful island. Alinor's absolutely gorgeous. Joe always complains that the buildings don't look alien enough. But I'd have to disagree with him. I mean, I think honestly for the setting that we've got, their buildings are definitely more alien and intricate than, some of the other stuff that we're given, other than, of course, like the Telgallan mushroom tower and whatnot, that the Telvanni style uses, or yeah, anyway, but I really love it, and I love the dark wood. I absolutely adore dark wood everything, even in real life, so Alinor was very much up my alley. So we've got 2 lovely storage chests and marble table that I was originally going to put like meals and stuff on, but guess what? Guess what happened? You'll never guess. Yeah, that's right. Ran out of room for more things, per usual. We have a bookshelf, and I put some of my various books on here. Got some artwork. I had more artwork on the wall, but yeah, and it probably really needs more artwork, but I don't know, whatever. I'll work on it later. I was going to put a bathtub over here too, as you can see, since I partitioned it off. And this bed. These beds are kind of cool. Originally I had a chest on top of here, but you couldn't actually access it, which is silly, but you couldn't. You were too far away. You were like out of range. I might put something else up there at some point and take some of the books off of here so that I can fit more stuff out, because it does feel a little bare, a little empty. Probably when I work more on my homes in elsewhere, because then I can take these books and put them on bookshelves there. And I have the Hall of the Lunar Champion, of course, because I finished the quest line for that, and so I will have 700 furnishing spots for that house. So definitely gonna give me more room. This rug clips in all the corners, and I'm still getting used to my mouse that I've had for a few months now, but I occasionally press buttons and do things like put rabbits on myself in a tiny in-room where I'm not going anywhere. Got another brazier up there. But yep, that's pretty much it. I know, this has been so much fun, hasn't it? Yeah, yay, woo. So this is the end of the free in-rooms so far. And I had a lot of fun decorating them. Decorating is one of my favorite parts of ESO. Forget dungeons, forget questing. Oh, definitely forget questing. I love decorating a lot. So hopefully, maybe this gave you guys a little bit of an idea of what you could do with your own free in-rooms. Maybe you just enjoyed looking at pretty furniture. I like looking at pretty furniture. So, you know. But yeah, those are my free in-rooms. I will do another segment on some of my staple homes, and then I will move on to some of my notable homes, and we'll go from there. I've got a lot of houses. Thank you for watching. Oops, that's not what I meant to do.